afternoon, YouTube. This is Ron Ricochet with Thunderstruck Transport. Welcome to my channel, Nothing But Trucking. Got some issues with my CB today. I need to get over here and get it taken care of. Stopped at the Kenly Petro in South Carolina, because they used to have, or at least I was told they had a CB shop, and evidently they do not. So found one up here in Ruther's Glen, Virginia, which is about 3 hours north. He's here till 6, so we're gonna take a run, see if he can take a look at this radio and tell me what's wrong with it. I've got a Cobra 29 LX Max that I've had for about a year. It's been an okay radio, I guess. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it, outside of the fact that nobody seems to talk on the radios anymore. You know, it's like, at least that's what I thought, and it is true to some degree that most drivers today would rather spend their time on their phones or their video games or something like that, as opposed to, you know, taking care of business on the radio. Excuse me. So anyway, haven't really been able to hear a whole lot on this. Now, I am in this 2019 Cascadia, and of course, if you don't know that, all the antennas are built in to the roof, you know, so there's no more external antennas. That's, you know, if you want to go factory, the factory antennas, and they're crap. I've known they were crap. I didn't know how much crap they were, but I've known they were crap. So they do make a mount that goes on the Freightliners. It's you unscrew 2 bolts that are on the mirrors outside, and this bracket mounts to those 2 bolts, so you don't have to drill any new holes or anything, and that way you can get an aftermarket good antenna like a Wilson or you know, something like that on the outside of your truck, and get a lot more range and a lot more reception. So I think that's one of my problems. But recently it just stopped transmitting. Even though the radio has a self-diagnostic check, when you go through the self-diagnostic, it says it's transmitting. My SWRs show right down there around 0.5 to 1, which anything under 1.5 is good. Now that's the internal built-in SWR meter, so you know, that's something that you just want to kind of take with a grain of salt. But either way it goes, we're going to get up here and have them take a look at this, see if maybe it's just a microphone issue, see if it's something that he can just fix easily, or if I buy another microphone. I did buy one. It's kind of like the RK56. Now, of course, it's not the RK56. I know it's not. You know, it's just a cheap little Mobiltronics experience driven. But it was a noise canceling, and you know, but I didn't realize it's only a 4-pin connector, and the CB is a 6-pin. So I went back looking for the 6. They didn't have any 6 pins in the Petro. Stopped at another Petro, or another TA, that's usually pretty well stocked, and none of theirs were either a 6-pin either. So that's what I figured. Well, I guess I just better get up here to the truck stop, or the, you know, this CB shop here, and see if we can figure out what it is. Maybe end up buying a new radio. I don't know. But anyway, that's about it. So here we are, getting ready to pull in, and we'll see what it says and what this gentleman says about it, and I'll get back with you here and let you know what the final deal was. Hey guys, I'm back. Stopped at the CB shop yesterday. I went to Joe's CB shop in Virginia there, Ruther's Glen, Virginia. It's right next to the Flying J truck stop there in Ruther's Glen, Virginia. And Joe's CB shop. Older guy, really nice guy, been there for a lot of years. He's got awesome reviews from Google Maps reviews, and pretty much a 5-star, except for one review that was left a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think it was an honest review, to be honest with you. I don't know the backstory behind it, so no way to know. That was a 1-star review. And the reviewer that reviewed him, that was the only review he's ever done. All of the other reviewers that were leaving 5 stars had reviewed multiple places. So I put a little bit more faith into those than I do that one that either something just happened and he was pissed off and it didn't go his way, or I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, he would have had a perfect 5-star review if it wasn't for that one, but still, did me a good job. I was there about 2.5 hours simply because he had a couple of other people in front of me, so but when he did get to me, he handled my problem. So what the issue was, excuse me, as I said, I was transmitting, but nobody could hear me, so wasn't sure if it was in the mic. And yeah, there was a wire in the microphone that was disconnected, so it was transmitting, but had absolutely zero modulation. So that's what the issue was. So he actually rewired. Let me show this to you. I got a new, there we go. I got a new static mic with the single cord. I just have the excess. He actually cut that cord down. Took about a foot off of it, so it wasn't quite so, quite so long. And then the other thing we did was we went and got ourselves an external CB antenna. Got the bracket there for mounting it on the window, so that will definitely help out. However, at this point as we're talking right now, I've got everything mounted on the mirror. Had to buy that bracket. Got everything mounted, and I got the CB and everything in and doing what it should do. My SWRs are right down around 1, just a little bit under 1. Actually, it's more like around 1/2, I think, between 1/2 and 3/4. So really good on the SWR meter. And that's with the stock antennas on this Freightliner, which is built in to the roof liner, which is really crap. So I haven't got the coax run. That's my job for tonight. Once I'm done or whatever, I'm going to start running my coax, because as you all know, I don't like anything just hanging out. So I'm going to have to run it down through the A-pillar and up into the overhead consoles and whatnot, so I don't have that coax visible. The only part you'll see is going to be where it comes out of the door and then hooks up into the antenna. That'll only be about 6 or so inches, But anyway, that was the problem. So it was $170. He also tuned up the radio, peaked out the modulation. Out of the box, the CBs are running about 4 watts, I believe. This is a Cobra 29 LT, LX, it's the Max, Bluetooth and all that stuff. Crap I don't even use, but the rest of it is still pretty much 29 LTD, old school. However, it's all new style capacitors and resistors and whatnot, which is in some ways better and in some ways not as good. But either way, it's about the same board. So he peaked it all out. It's pushing out about 20 watts now. So definitely got a lot more power, a lot more modulation, and able to talk now. So that's all good. So anyway, that was it. So takes care of that issue. I didn't leave Brothers Glen. I was going to take off and get a few more, a couple hours up the road, but that was going to put me in the Baltimore area. Not going to stay in the Baltimore area. And by the time I would have got up there, even if I wanted to, would not have found a place to park. An hour away is DC, and of course no truck stops up there. So between here basically York, Pennsylvania, or Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, really wasn't any place to stop. So I decided to stay at the Flying J last night. They had a Golden Corral buffet in the Flying J, and I used to like the Golden Corrals and the buffets, you know, and then of course, you know, changed my eating habits. I can't do that stuff anymore, but I did last night. And the other thing too is, you know, buffets, you always think, oh God, you got all these people poking through the food. You know, it depends on how well the restaurant takes care of that line. You know, some are good, some are bad. And then you top it on top of that in a truck stop. You know, then it's like, oh my God, what kind of freaking nightmare disaster are we gonna have? People, I gotta tell you, if you want a good restaurant, buffet in the truck stop, go to the Flying J, the Golden Corral in Ruther's Glen. It was extremely clean, well stocked, all fresh. Even the vegetables, I had some cabbage and other vegetables, and they were cooked just the way they were supposed to be. Tender, not mushy, flavorful. Everything was really good. So it was like 14 bucks all you can eat. So last night I did not eat like I was supposed to eat, but you know, hey, I guess that was my treated myself yesterday. So anyway, we're heading up this morning. I'm about 8 hours away from my Springfield, Massachusetts. I'll be there at about 5:30, 6 o'clock probably. My appointment's around 7, so we're going to be okay. Anyway, thanks for watching this, and y'all out there on the road, drive safe, stay safe, be well, and God bless.